Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we are voting on the 2025 Game Awards. Going through every category and seeing what's what of this year. This has been an amazing year for gaming, and I feel like we can only do it justice if we just spend some time talking about some of the lovely things that happened this year. I am here, your host, Jordo, eating chicken adobo. If you're Filipino, you know. Sorry if it looks like crap. It might be leftovers. Anyways, let's get right to it. Starting with best esports team, let's go. Now, as you guys know, every year I don't follow esports, so we're gonna make this nice and quick, especially for my editor. I don't have an editor, I'm the editor. For me, future Jordo. So we'll speed run this stuff. Gingy, cool. Next category, best esports athlete, Brock. Here's Nami, if you need to see her. She's lovely as always. Okay, best esports game. Again, I don't know. So let's vote Valorant. Pretty sure I did that last year. I don't remember. Now, content creator of the year for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2025. Kadrill, Kaisenat, Moist Critical, Sakura, Miko, and the Burnt Peanut. And I'll tell you what, out of all these, Burnt Peanut, his Arc Raider arc kind of on fire right now.
Stinky.
It would be kind of wild for some of these other people to get it, but, or, I don't know Sakura, I don't know Kadrill, but Kaisenat and Moist Critical, I feel like they've both kind of been around the block, and it's like, now, most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. 007, Grand Theft Auto, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. I actually forgot The Witcher 4 was happening, but out of all these, most anticipated game, I'll say 007 looks okay. We'll have to see it in action. It's probably gonna be, gameplay is probably gonna make or break that game. Grand Theft Auto 5, or Grand Theft Auto 6 keeps getting pushed back. Delay. And I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. And I'm sure it's gonna win this award. But for me, I have other plans. For me personally, it would have to land on Marvel's Wolverine or Resident Evil Requiem. And to be honest, I'm excited for both, so it's really hard to choose. But overall, I think I will lean Resident Evil Requiem. I think, like I said, Resident Evil is just banger after banger after banger. I know Wolverine looks amazing, but I feel like every Insomniac game that comes out, I beat it in a week. Ayo. And it's out of my fucking hair. And, some could say that about Resident Evil as well. However, I don't. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. We have the Minecraft movie. We have Devil May Cry, Splinter Cell Deathwatch. I never even heard of that. The Last of Us 2 Season 2, and Until Dawn. Oh my God, nobody vote for Last of Us 2. Okay? I absolutely adore the game. I absolutely adore the series. And I'm not even like a big Bella Ramsey hater. I'm not even like on that train of like, oh, she looks like a potato, blah, blah, blah. It's not even like that. My thing is, yo, the writing sucked. What the fuck? Why would they change shit? They changed so much stuff in that was like, it's not even the same characters, brother. Like, Ellie's on vacation. She's not even missing Joel at all. Spoiler alert. Like, what are we doing here? Oh my God. I didn't hear much about Devil May Cry after it came out, so I assume it was just meh. I didn't even know Splinter Cell Deathwatch existed. Until Dawn, I heard was bad. I would just use the actors from the fucking game. So I'll vote Minecraft movie just for the hell of it, because who cares? Best multiplayer, for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Peak, Split Fiction, Arc Raiders, boom. I've had the best times of my gaming life. Not really. I've had the best time in Arc Raiders. It is a fun extraction shooter. It's all about mental games. It's all about mental games, baby. So you can go through, you can co-op with people, you can go get some loot, you can be like, hey, let's start this round and let's just go kill the robots, PvE. Boom, 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 boom. But all the while you're doing the looting and the PvE stuff, you have PvP, an extra added layer that just adds so much intensity to it, where you're like, am I gonna die this time? Are those guys friendly? Are these guys lying? I don't know. Prox chat is amazing. The sound design is beautiful. Oh my God. Arc Raiders gets full praise from me. And out of all these, it definitely stands out as its own thing. Next, best sports and racing. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing games, EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Out of all these, I've only played Mario Kart World, so I'm going to vote that. But I did hear a lot of good things about the Sonic game. I'm not a big Sonic guy myself. Even on the old ones, I did play Sonic Adventure, all that stuff. That's probably my favorite one out of all the Sonics. But I never really kept up with all the other ones, so you know what I mean? My vote's kind of skewed. I'm very biased, if you can't tell. But Mario Kart World is dope. I really like it a lot. It's not like a huge leap forward, but it is a step forward. Go try it. Get a Switch 2, because there's more games coming. Next, best sim and strategy. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Altars, 2 Point Museum. I didn't play any of these, but I think Jurassic World's pretty cool. Maybe. Best family. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, and Split Fiction. I'm sure it's one of the Lego games. I'm gonna probably vote Mario Kart World. Every time I think family, I think about playing it with people. And while Donkey Kong is an amazing thing, and so is Split Fiction, I think Mario Kart World is literally made for multiplayer fuckery with friends and family. So like, again, people will probably vote Sonic because I hear people like it more than Mario Kart World. But I am gonna stand on business, and we're just gonna pick that one. Thank you. Next up, best fighting. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5. Surprisingly, haven't played any of these. Weird, I know. But I love the Capcom Collection had Power Stone in it, so we're going that one. Quick and simple, baby. Power Stone, you put Power Stone in anything, I'm gonna vote for it. Best RPG. For the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer on experiences. Avowed, Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. For the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. You can make builds on Expedition, but I don't know if it fits that criteria. You know? I don't know if it really fits that. Monster Hunter, I didn't play Avowed or Outer Worlds. I think I'm gonna vote Kingdom Come on this one, to be honest. I like Monster Hunter and Claire, obviously, but like Kingdom Come is, you are playing as Henry the entire time, but like, or most of the time, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember if you switch. But the experience is so custom that like, we were trading stories back and forth of like different things that happened. Didn't happen for me in Monster Hunter World or Monster Hunter Wilds or Expedition 33. So I think I'm gonna vote that. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, baby. All the way, best RPG, let's go. Best action adventure. For the best action adventure, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Silk Song, Indiana Jones, Split Fiction. So for the best action adventure game, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. It would probably have to be Silk Song, to be honest. I didn't get super far in the game, but there was some brain teasers. You had to figure out some things. You had to figure out where to go. It is a Metroidvania-like, so it's like, you know what I mean? You gotta kind of put your brain to work. And then you have the combat of it, so that it is action. You know, I lean Silk Song. The others have great qualities, but I think Silk Song fits this criteria the best. Best action game. For the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. Doom: The Dark Ages, Ninja Gaiden, Battlefield 6, Hades 2, and Shinobi. Weirdly enough, I think I'm voting Battlefield 6, dude. There's moments in that game where you're walking around, stuff's exploding everywhere. It feels like you're in Saving Private Ryan or any action war movie you can think of. Jarhead, anyone? You know what I mean? Jarhead, Saving Private Ryan, you name it. But yeah, this game is amazing. Battlefield is very back from this game, especially with the year that Call of Duty's having. Next up, best VR AR. I did not play it. I'm pretty sure Marvel's Deadpool is probably gonna win because I heard it's really good. Let's move on. Best mobile game. I'm not a big mobile game guy, but we will vote Persona, because Persona is dope. Best debut indie game. Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Dispatch. I think I'm voting Claire. I mean, holy shit, what a year Claire has had. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk more going forward on that one. Dude, it's gonna be in every category. I heard it's like the most nominated. Best independent game. Oh my lord, this is gonna be Claire as well. I feel like, dude. Absalom, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Hades, and Silksong. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. Exhibition, thank you very much. It's gonna clean house this year. I'm sorry, whoever didn't like it or didn't play it. Best community support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. I haven't kept up with any of these games to the point where like I would know. So we're just gonna vote Baldur's Gate because it's the shit. Next, best ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky, Marvel Rivals. I haven't kept up with the others, so Marvel Rivals wins by default. I'm being transparent. Games for Impact, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Consume Me, Desplote, Lost Records, I still need to play that. South of Midnight, I still need to play that, and Wander Stop. I didn't keep up with any of these, so sorry about that one. Let's move on. Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Boy. Again, another feature I don't really keep up with. We'll vote South of Midnight. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, before we get to this, let's take a couple bites of rice, you know? We gotta stay. Adobo. Chicken adobo, people. You get some meat. Gotta get the meat. Best performance, awarded to an individual for voice-over acting, motion, and or performance capture. Ben Starr, Clair Obscur, Charlie Cox, Clair Obscur, Erika Ishii, Ghost Yote, Jennifer English, Clair Obscur, Kanatsu Kato, Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones. I'll be honest, my vote is clearly gonna go to somebody from Clair Obscur. Kanatsu Kato did an amazing job in Silent Hill. Silent Hill is honestly, a underrated game this year. If you haven't played Silent Hill, play it. And honestly, play it a couple times to get the other endings. It's awesome. So highly recommend. She did amazing. But I personally loved Mayel's voice a lot this year. I loved a lot of people in Clair Obscur, but Mayel specifically, Jennifer English bodied that shit. So give it up for her, you know what I mean? Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote, Silent Hill F. Oh man, this is tough. Oh god, this is tough. Silent Hill F had amazing audio design. Death Stranding did too, and Battlefield 6 does too. These all have it. Damn. Ow! Honestly, I love the tune when you go back to the Magellan and it's like, you know what I mean? Whenever it plays that shit, something fuzzy happens in my brain. I like it. I'm voting Death Stranding 2 on the bitch. Let's go. Best score in music, for outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. Christopher Larkin, Silksong, Darren Korb, Hades 2, Lorien Testard, Expedition. Best score in music. Okay. Toma Atoa, Ghost Yote, Woodkid. Oh, brother. Damn, this is another hard one, dude. Lorien and Woodkid. I've honestly added some songs from both of the soundtracks to my phone for me to just listen as I'm driving around and walking around and listening around and walking around, talking around. I added some of both. So to see both of them here, I'm like, this is hard. This is test hard. So Woodkid has amazing music. First of all, he did some other stuff too, but like the Death Stranding music is phenomenal, you know. And But Lord, dude, the music in Expedition. Why am I even debating this? I love Woodkid. I love everything he did with Death Stranding. Expedition 33's music is so unique. It's so thematic and it's so good. All the notes hit right when you want them to hit. That shit is fucking juicy. Best art direction for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. You see the shit here. I'm gonna go Claire. Damn, I had to do it. The picture alone, it's showing the girl who paints. The imagery in Expedition 33 is amazing. Like that's all. Like I said, it's just everything's so unique in that game. Yeah, all the collapsed buildings and art design of the enemies. Yeah, I think I'll lean Expedition. Okay, before we go to this one, now we go back to this one. We're back at it. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come, and Silent Hill F. Now, all these games have amazing narrative points, right? Clair Obscur, honestly, the ending, you start to realize a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but there are things where I'm like, oh, it reimagined stuff. And honestly, for me, I'll be completely honest, up until the end, it's glowing. I love everything about it, but the ending kind of made me go, oh, okay, you know? It kind of pulled me out a bit. I was like, oh, all right, okay. Not that the game's mid or anything. I'm not implying that. I'm just saying my expectations were like up here, and then it dropped near the end. I was like, oh, okay. Which it's good, you know what I mean? It was still like, oh, that's cool. It has that connection to this character. This is happening because of this. But what I wanted was like, I wanted the thing to happen opposite of what happened. And I'm like, no. And then since it happened that way, and that's how the story goes, that's canon. I'm like, okay. Not how I wanted it to end, but cool. Death Stranding 2 though, which I say this all the time, something that gives extra brownie points for me is if it can make me feel something. And at the end of Death Stranding 2, I cried. It made me tear up. It made me feel something. You can empathize with having someone you rely on, whether it be a pet or a kid or not rely on them, but someone that relies on you, you know what I mean? And having that connection with Lou and how that story develops. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but how that story develops and where it goes near the end is like, oh, it's so sweet, dude. And on top of that, the story is such righting the wrongs of Death Stranding 1, which I absolutely loved. So like, Death Stranding 1 was good, but it had a lot of convoluted points. I had a lot of new ideas that weren't really threaded into a single line. It was just all over the place, especially if you don't really understand everything that's being said. It just feels like they're steamrolling you with just like, hey, deads and fucking all these things and blah, 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 blah. They're just like spitting words at you and you're like, all right, well, I'm not retaining any of this. But Death Stranding 2 literally just like starts it here and they go in a straight line. And they're like, this is what all this shit meant from Death Stranding 1. This is a new story here and this is where we're going now. And they wrapped up all that into a nice cohesive game, added more combat, and the narrative on it made, like I said, it made me cry for a reason. And there was multiple points where I was like tearing up and I'm like, bro, it made me feel a lot. And I feel like that's what you want out of a narrative, a good narrative at least. And like I said, it did it for me, brother. Oh, it did it. Best game direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Okay, so outstanding creative vision and innovation. So do any of these games have an amazing vision and innovation? Ghost of Yotei does not have any of that. I did not play Hades 2, but I hear it's great. Split Fiction is pretty good, but like we've seen the vision of this game in the previous two games. For Clair Obscur, that's all new. And Death Stranding 2, again, is building off of what Death Stranding 1 did. So it's kind of hard to say, hey, this game direction is so unique, so I guess different, but it is outstanding by their definition. But I think Expedition 33 is a long way of saying Expedition 33 kind of does what this should be doing. What I interpret best game direction is. I feel like this game was directed great. Outstanding vision. It had a very specific, a very tight, specific goal, and they achieved it and excelled at it. So like, I think they get this one. Game of the year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Expedition 33, Death Stranding, Bonanza, Hades 2, Silk Song, Deliverance 2. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! I tell you what, I am so excited to see the orchestra this year because all these games have banger fucking soundtracks, baby. They have banger tunes. But game of the year for me, I'm biased, so this is where we might split hairs a little bit and go, hey, why is Jordo thinking this way? I like games that make me feel something. Expedition 33 and Death Stranding 2 made me feel something. Bonanza also made me feel something. I haven't even finished it yet, but it has also made me feel something in the sense that like Donkey Kong in general, I love personally. I have a close tie to like all the old games. I love Donkey Kong to death. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was also an amazing time, dude. During that time period of playing that game, we were swapping stories with my friends and sending pictures in our Discord of like, hey, look at all these funny things that are happening. Or we would go like, dude, I was accidentally killed this dude and I was being chased and I got questioned and I talked my way out of it. And you know what I mean? You can like do all these things and like steal from people and kind of like create your own fun, create your own narrative within the narrative, a meta narrative, if you will, which is amazing. Silk Song was okay. I'm not a big Silk Song guy. So again, bias as hell. Hades 2 I didn't play. Bonanza I love. Death Stranding 2 and Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So here's the thing. Expedition 33, when I first played it, I was like, this is easy game of the year. This is easily game of the year. I loved everything about it. I loved that it kept me working on my timing. Like, you know, the meta game of that was like, you gotta get your timing down. Otherwise it's gonna punish you pretty bad. And I got really fucking good at it. To the point where I went to New Game Plus, because that was another thing I was working on the platinum for it. Went to New Game Plus and I had to beat Simon on New Game Plus to get the platinum. I could have replayed the entire game on regular difficulty and then did it, but I was already on my New Game Plus, so like I was like, man, I hope I can beat Simon. I had to put together the perfect build to fight him. And while the entire thing for that second playthrough drained me a bit of like how much I love that game, so I was like, oh fuck, it's such a drag in certain spots that I had to do. And the Simon stuff, I was like, oh god, because if you go to New Game Plus, it doesn't keep some of the collectibles you picked up. So you literally had to like, and there was missables too. So like on first playthrough, if I miss one of the missables, there's like 2 missable fucking logs. And if you miss one, you have to play all over again. So I literally had to play all over again to get the platinum. Like I said, it drained me a bit. That's my own thing. But overall, that game is phenomenal in every way, especially for an indie game. It's like, holy shit, what an amazing creation they've made. This whole new world. I think it's gonna get sequels and maybe even like DLC or something. It's gonna be expanded upon in the future. I think they've confirmed. The story they put together is so beautiful. The music pairs with it so well. And then you add in this fun turn-based combat, which a lot of people are like, turn-based kind of sucks. This one is done so different, which I think there has been games in the past that have done it like this, where you have quick time events in the middle of a battle. But this one is so tight that like your progression is only stunted by your own skill. And I like that a lot. They really did a really good job at balancing that. And they had fun with it too. That's another thing. A lot of games are safe where they put like 1 or 2 enemy styles in and that's it. You would walk around and you would run into a little face demon dude enemy who would fucking nonstop do the parry shit, jumping, bang, 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 bang. And you would have to parry like 30 times in a row without fucking up. That's creative. They had multiple enemies like that where you're like, damn, how do I beat this? How do I beat that? The big thing in the water, the big giant. You know what I mean? Each one had like different styles of attacking things and they didn't brace you for it at all. There's like, here's a random enemy, good luck. And that was part of the fun and the charm of that game. I think more games need to do that. They need to add more random shit into it where it's not so turn your brain off and play. Now, all that being said, Death Stranding went the opposite way and they kind of stuck to their groundedness and their playstyle and just added a tad more where you get more combat, you get more story. And like I said, they made it a lot more linear to the point where you are a lot more zoomed in into the story and you're focused on it, because it is a lot different than the first game. So you're kind of constantly growing it, and there's a lot of mystery going on in the story. Not as much as the first one, but there is a lot of mystery. So there would be points where I'm like, oh man, I could go do all these side things, which even the side things had a lot of stuff, to the point where there's whole cutscenes and like storylines on the side. Times a day you had to be at certain places and you would run into shit. So there's also that element of like, hey, this is what happened to me while I was playing. What happened to you? And I think what makes this game special is I personally loved how it made me feel at the end. I loved the camaraderie I felt with the team, which is something Expedition 33 does really well too. But I think, again, not trying to spoil anything, but I think the outside, if you know, of Expedition 33, the outside story, I didn't really care for much. The inside story I cared for the most. And what happened outside the story not negated, I would say, kind of negated, what happened on the inside story. But overall, Expedition 33 is amazing. But for my game of the year, I'll say it with all my chest. I'll say it with all my chest. To the mountains, baby. It's not gonna win. And I want to preface that again. It's not gonna win because people love new stuff. And I fully respect and love that people love new stuff. And I fully want Expedition to get their flowers. And as you can see, they're nominated for like the most this year. I think they said like 22 categories or some shit. I don't even remember. But like they're nominated and you just seen a lot of categories with them. So all that being said, I hope they get their flowers, but I personally absolutely love what Hideo Kojima has done in Death Stranding 2, to the point where I am giving it my game of the year, because I think that my time with this has stuck with me longer than Expedition. Like I said, for the story of Expedition 33, the outside story, if you know, you know, was a bummer for me. I didn't, looking back on it, that was not my favorite part. And I will say, I agree, it should not take away from what was inside the story. And that was very sweet and beautiful. But once you realize that a lot of it is just puppetry, again, not really a spoiler, but it's kind of puppetry type shit, you kind of go, oh, okay. And at least for me, Death Stranding 2 is still linear storyline. They're all there. You grow so close to Lou, to Fragile, to fucking Rainy, to fucking Tomorrow, and he pairs it so well, just like he always does, with these dope anime style cinematics that happen, if you remember the Tomorrow scene, and grounded, heartfelt moments, and even small banter to the point where you're like, bro, fucking Norman Reedus is actually dealing with shit in this game. And there will be other people talking and they'll be like, does he know? Da, 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 da. And you're like, oh, it tugs at my heartstrings, bro. This game is amazing in every way. And again, I'll say it for the last time before we leave. I know it's not gonna win, but I wanna at least speak out and put my voice out there to say, hey, this game is special. I know people might even not vote for it because it's Hideo and Game Awards and they like to gawk each other a lot. I get that. But like, I think everyone should at least try Death Stranding 2. It has a brief restart story so far thing on the menus, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And the amount of love and care put into this game and how not boring it is compared to the first one, where the first one really dragged its feet and wanted you to be simmy and like walk around a lot. This one very early is like, hey, you don't want to walk around? Here's a vehicle. Fuck off. It's about where you're going and who you're talking to. It's the connection in this game, where the first game disguised itself as, hey, here's the connection. We're all about connecting. And then you go out and everybody you run into is in a shelter and you never really get to see anybody. And then you're kind of just like dealing with the outside world, which is boring. And the BTs are fucking annoying. This one is like, the BTs are here. They're fucking annoying. But you have way more guns. You have like triple the amount of guns. They emphasize combat way more in this game. Traversal, like I said, is super easy, but they also make you feel actually connected compared to the first one, where you're like, holy shit, you turn on an area and there are things that are actually useful. You'll sometimes walk around and run into a fully charged fucking vehicle with all batteries on the side. You're like, that, thank the Lord. And then they have the monorail system in there. And then the BTs, like I said, you have better weapons, but there's also new types of BTs too. And there's different things they do now too. So you're like, holy shit, there's like little bugs and stuff. It's just fucking beautiful, dude. And how weird and wild it gets. You think it's just like a run of the mill, hey, here's the same shit as Death Stranding 1. There's like a full-on Backstreet Boys performance by one of the characters in this game. And you're like, what the fuck am I watching right now? It's you know what I mean? Congrats, Hideo. I think Hideo killed it. And yeah, I hope it wins, but I don't think it will. But I appreciate you guys nonetheless for joining me on the 2025 Game of the Year Game Awards. Game of the Year Game Awards. I've voted for everything. I voted a lot for fucking a lot of Expedition 33 stuff. To the point where you're like, damn, why didn't you give a Game of the Year? You know what I mean? But like, it's just, this is how things crumble, man. This is how it is. I felt more playing that game. And it is what it is. It's my personal experience. If you guys have a different experience, a different nominee, a different thing that you voted for, leave it in the comments below and let me know what you guys think. I would love to talk more in the comments. And leave a like and a sub if you can. I also have a Discord in the description if you guys want to join that. We share photos from our games that we play. We have a competition right now where we're trying to play retro games. So we have a retro tab on there. You can share YouTube videos on there, all kinds of stuff. It's a whole community. Feel free to join. It's open to everyone. And I will also be streaming the Game Awards whenever it happens in December. And so be on the lookout for that. The link will be up whenever. And if you're subbed, you'll definitely get a notification for it. Or if you're in the Discord or my community, I'm going to let everybody know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Happy 2025 Game Awards. And you guys get out there and play some games. I'll see you next time.